Which animals are part of the big five? I'm trying to highlight this idea, plagiarism. you see, somebody said lion ngala. It's not a crime. Because he said lion from the other group, lona uchongap. So it can be correct with bonge lapa, seba pupi lion bong. The second animal, elephant. The third one, buffalo. The fourth one,
Rhino.
ubano te hyena. Rhino, ne? Rhino's number 4. Number 5, cheetah. So there's no cat there. No dog. But the dog, I think, is one of them. It should be number 6. So plagiarism speaks to that, to say we can't be thinking the same thing at the same time and be writing in the same way at the same time. But for it says plagiarism. Right. This question I will not be able to answer. The question on the board right now, I won't be able to answer. But I think maybe 3 or 4 of you will answer this question. What is your answer to the question? Why are you here without looking at the board? Ufuna? Yes, put.
Uplifting my business.
Uplifting your business. What not to put?
To get skills.
To get skills. Uplift your business, get skills. The purpose of what is the purpose? To improve yourself. So you see, the reasons are not the same. But based on those reasons, we're going to do the very same program that we've been busy with. So Omuntu wants to get a qualification, Omuntu self-improvement, Omuntu wants to comply with legislation that is in a country, Omuntu wants something else. You understand? Right. And then these are the things that we've spoken about, that you're going to do your formative questions. Formative questions, you workbook according to your package. Those are formative assessments. But in your case, they're packaged as your formative questions are good. Workbook. Workbook yakho formative assessment. Workbook yakho formative assessment. Mabathi vidani formative assessment kwa jumpstart ungaphiki. Le workbook yiyo formative assessment. Then assignments or a portfolio of evidence. Na ile malume esikhuluma ngayo, portfolio of evidence per subject. Masithi per subject, already we've spoken, you've done 2 subjects already, and then you said you were ready to submit this week, and then now we continue with another 2 subjects, we're still going to come back more and more until we finish the entire skills program. So these portfolios, ilama assessments, bizani konje la ekhaya, summative what? Nibizani? No, but there's a word we use, a package or something. Assessment guide. A guide is something else, but it should be a package. Those assignments, a portfolio of evidence, meaning on top of you attending each and every time you are invited to come here, you should also submit. But I'm saying that's not enough. Because besides submitting your portfolios of evidence and attending, it's important for me to see that you understand by participating, responding to questions, going through stuff. Kuna mwenye mtu mtena ngibuki itombe beka vale ikhepe nje. Beku last time buqoka ikhepe evale izindlebe. Ukhohliwe umnikazi wekhepe. No, it's fine. Right. So those are important things. Right. Then I've already said this. You must attend the training sessions, complete your evidence, both the theory and workplace application. But in this case, the good thing that has happened with Jumpstart Your Career is that they didn't require of you, unless it's still going to happen, they didn't require of you when a camp is funela ifem lapa ezokusiza ne mentoring. They're giving you mentoring. In other organizations, they'll send you to somebody, you know, put Philip la, tycoon lendawo, afika ngiqhoshele namhlanje yeza kusasa kazingeni nini akaseko nini lento ngingeni mina ngiyaspana la abantwana baza nencwadi la yabona. So at least if the organization itself is engaged with you, then it means you're getting, you know, quality education in the context of they know what they're talking about. Whereas if we were to say to you, wazibani wena la elokishini usoma business ohamba phambili role model yakho, uhamba iphonsa kuba umtshezi lapha bamtshezi wamathekisi, afika etshela ukuthi namfana imali la ekhaya ebalwa ngundodana ubuze into kwenzakalani. So he's not giving you what you want. But if you get mentoring from people who know what they are doing with you, then at least you get quality education and quality mentoring. You understand? So this is the thing that we call WIL, work integrated learning. umuntu wayofunda funeka uhambe ubona practically how they do it in the workplace. Uyabona, so your mentoring covers that area. So right, that workplace application is what I was referring to. Oh, here they are. They are called your workbooks and summative packs, summative assessment packs. Companies do them differently. Mangabe ubani uka attend a session before this. Okwenza i-learnership or i-POE or something. Niyaqala nonke. Good news. Aniqala wayenza ini futhi sis before. Carpentry. Bekune portfolio of evidence. You see amanye ama-company ayazihlanganisa. Kuba ile workbook ihlanganisa nale format summative assessment bakunikeze yona as a pack but ehlangene. But in our case sikuhlukanisele yona, and it's good for me in this way because mina this week I want to start marking ama workbooks, so I don't need ama summatives, you understand? So that's very much important. So sidluleke la. Jumpstart Career is to provide you a structured training program in the classroom, which is what we are doing, to facilitate the application of the theoretical learning back to the workplace. Bayenza le ngishilo ngithi banenzela ini, ngithi bayenza ngani le, banikeze mentoring. Guys nikhona la? Yeah. Then they're also expected by law to use registered assessors. I'm sure they have one. Abide by the Sector Education and Training Authority rules, which is what we do. We attend the session, we mark our script, we submit them for assessment. Provide learner with feedback timeously. The part of the feedback, after I have marked your stuff, ngizonikeza mina feedback. Provided nina WhatsApp, mangana WhatsApp ngeke ngunike feedback because ngikhuluma through WhatsApp angithi ngikhuluma nani ema-groupini, but ngikhiphe egroupini ukutshele wedwa indaba zakho. Do you understand? Yeah, because mangizifake egroupini uzothiwa no unfair blah. Ngiyakuhlaza ne, ngizobe ngiyakuhlaza ne, enafuna ukuhlazeka uyabona. Yeah, futhi ngumsombuluko kanje akekho umuntu ofuna ukuhlazeka. Mina kunini ngidriver ngizala angifiki. Right. So to achieve this success of yours, the first thing you need is support. Mntwanami uyofunda esontweni lokishini, isikole esinjani leso? Isikole senu attendala la eholweni, isikole bani leso? Sasolweni. So you need support. You need people who understand why ula, why are you doing this and why are you doing it here? Do you understand? And you also need to explain to them that the qualification is formal, is available Sector Education and Training Authority. But your organization is using the facility that is closer to us so that kuzoba lula and accessible for us. Because can you imagine mabethi nonke ozani eMbombela Stadium, what a struggle novuka sikhatsini, nibuye sikhatsini. Do you understand? So the purpose is training, venue is not important anymore according to South African qualifications. What is important is for you to be able to display ukuthi uyayazi lento esikhuluma ngayo. Masithi what is product positioning, ulele ebusuku uyabona, uvuka ukuthi uyiphendule yabona. Ungavuka ube confused yabona, bengiphupha umalume. Sure, you see. So right, so you need support, and then also you must have an academic understanding. Ukwazi academic understanding, ladies and gentlemen, sizokhuluma ngayo earlier on. When you answer a question, abantu abaningi bathi this question was the same. Questions are never the same. They might be similar, but not the same. Any question iti tabulate, any iti explain, any iti list. You need to know these things. Mabati tabulate bati yenze tafula, ama blocks ufake tafuleni. You know tabulate. Mabati list, list. Mabati explain, uvula ubuchopho bakho. Uyabona? Siyezwana ngithi. So i-English le kuya ngokuthi umuntu wayifunda kuphi njengami le. Yamibuya le kwamanye amaplaza ngana ngasemthatha mawuyeshona, so ayifani vele. So then self-management, this is very much important. Will you be able to start this program and finish the program? Will you be able to manage yourself? Ngoba sometimes inkinga yenu yini? Vele uvuke nje uthi hayi le Monday angida enza babona Tuesday or Friday singolanda amanye amaphepha. Akulanda amaphepha la kusise umafeza. Akulanda amaphepha. La you come to a session, you attend, and then you're declared competent based on your attendance and your submission of POEs. Asiveli sinyamalale Monday uze Tuesday if you don't feel like coming. NgoLwesithathu so yeza, ngoLwesine yeza, Friday usililo sekafikile ubuye ePitori so uzosibona next time. Sifuna ukubona every day uyabona. Sifuna ukukubona bona every day. Bafethu sezwana ne. Nakusasa ngifuna ukubona bafethu. Kusasa la. Namhlanje after tea ngifuna ukubona. After lunch. Yabona. Sekhuzwa isikhathi mase sishayile man. So you don't choose, pick and choose ukuthi hayi mina ngizoya ngama Mondays nama Fridays. Monday ngilanda amaphepha, Friday ngiyoza ukuthi bafunani for asikwenzi lo. All right? And then at the end, if you've done all of this, what are you going to achieve? Ubani lo? Ubani success? Yeah, nizwa lo bantu labezela. Ningabo success nini? I've spoken about this, a new language spoken by the South African Qualifications Authority. What is this? Has anybody ever seen a picture like this? What does it depict? Reminds you of the Titanic. Picture. What do you think when you see that picture? What you see is not always like that. What you are doing now, guys, you are simply studying the tip of the iceberg. For now, what you are doing is studying only the tip of the iceberg. If you can go deeper and study even more, the whole iceberg will come out. That's usually the picture I like to explain to people when I say, kunezinye izinto ongayibuka emhlabeni uyithathe kalula ne. Uthi lento lesifundisana nasemahholweni nini sesixoshiwe sesitshintsha iveki. Hey, at the end ne, when you look at this, when this thing so ifunde yonke so full qualifications, not just the skills program, you're going to be surprised at the opportunities that open for you. Like they open for some of us. The unfortunate part ngempilo ukuthi some things might not happen early for all of us. Mina my opportunities when they come now, ngiyabizwa ngapha ngibizwe ngapha. I must now choose. Mangibeka iphepha lami bheke okay, 30 rand, 45 rand, 60 rand. Tip of the iceberg. Right. And these are the words that you should be familiar with. When you say SAQA, we say South African Qualifications Authority. When you say something is on the NQF, we are saying something is on the National Qualification Framework. I'm not going to talk about that. The SETA is a Sector Education and Training Authority, and we only have 23 of them, and there's one per industry or sector. It should be stroke there. Kune Sector Education and Training Authority yama-banks, ibizwa ukuthi bank SETA. Kune Sector Education and Training Authority ye-Safety and Security, ibizwa ukuthi SETA. Kune yama-computers, ibizwa ukuthi MICT SETA. Do you understand this? So they all differ. So every time ubona into ebhale uSETA ekugcineni wazi ukuthi it's only relevant to that SETA. So it's your choice ukuthi uzosenza ama-computer or ngemoto or yaku-industry yey'nsimbi, whatever. Each and every sector in the country has got its own SETA or a Sector Education and Training Authority. And then nina kule nifunda ngani? Le yeni SETA ezonikeza certificate ibizwa ukuthi yini? Akusi NQF. NQF is National Qualification Framework. SETA, Sector Education and Training Authority. Niyayazi yini? Angizwa? Angizwa? Ibhozi zoniphendulela la. Ukuthi ama-qualification wethu so a-enrollwa nani? Ni-enrolle nayiphi SETA? Niyazwa bafethu? Le ifunde niyifundayo ziyo-approve zistamp certificate zivela kwa-bank SETA. Siyezwana ngithi? So nina ningabantu abafunda nge-bank SETA. Kodwa abantu abafunda i-program, i-transport. Shuthi abantu abathe hayi siyayikhipha imali abahambe bayofunda labo. Bantu base-Clau. Nikhokhelwe yabona. Then kusasa nivuke ekuseni nithi i-government ayisenzeli lutho. Nenzele manje man. Khona manje itiye leza ngizothola amakhekhe abantwana, ngiyawathanda amakhekhe. Ngiyawathanda amakhekhe amancane. It makes me feel like ngibuyele crash ngiyawathanda. Right. So then there's something that is called a unit standard. Ama-unit standard ila ama-numbers esikhulume ngawo. Remember last time we had 116, ne? That's a unit standard. Saba na ipi unit standard? 119. This week senza I2 yini nani? 10 140 nani? 10 1 2 2 uyabona 100 1 2 2 ne. So those are unit standards and ngichazile kwenye igroup ngale embombela ngathi, and I'm still saying this to you, uma wenze lama unit standards lawo lo wabona la kwenze ukuthi next year or ngo-2025 or 2029 ufuna ukwenza i-qualification, in that qualification bathi kuwe ufanele ufunde u-10 1 futhi uyanabo ne-statement of results ozithola kulo baba lo ubatshela ukuthi hayi mina le ngayenza leni yabona sayenzele enkonzweni kubande yabona. So ubabonise ukuthi, and then so you don't have to repeat things that you've done according to the South African Qualifications Authority. Awiphindi meaning ukuthi ngokuba kwenu la so wehlusile lo mthwalo ukuthi kusasa uma ufuna lento ze full qualification uyayibheka on the internet uthola ukuthi ama-unit standards wakhona mangaka, wena ubone ukuthi mangaka so uyabona ukuthi shodwa amangake ongahle uyikhokhele wona or uthole enye institution ikutop up or yona le institution ingaphinde ibuye i-jumpstart ithi hayi sesidecide ukuthi sinitop up ngoba nayiphatha kahle siqhubekeni. Abangizwa abantu benkosi enkulu. Good night. Right, then we have this thing that we call assessment. Is when a learner has to be checked as to whether they understand the content, and usually it's done by the assessor. But assessors do it. Ibaba assessor. Lo do it. Hayi lo aka Nike ne. Unike na uthi. Uthini unike? Yeah, unike uthi just do it. Laba they do it laba. Not just. They do it by assessor. Unike but just do it. It's not just. We do it. So then we have the last part here that is called RPL. Does anybody understand the meaning of the word RPL? Andikuva budi. Andikuva mhlekazi. Guys, kunabantu abanje emhlabeni. Kunabantu kudala benza ibusiness. They've been in business for so many years. They've attended seminars. According to them, basgonke that has to be known in business, but they don't have qualifications for it to prove ukuthi banalo lolu lwazi. Such people usually register with institutions of higher learning, and then they say, I would like to be RPL'd. I would like my prior knowledge of this skill to be recognized. Then bakunikeza i-assessment pack. Not ukuthi uze classini ufundiswe ufunde, bakunikeza i-assessment pack. Uhambe uyophendula le mibuzo la ungafundanga eclassini. If uphasile, that means you already have prior knowledge yale nto le. Then bakunika i-certificate. Ukhona into ongizwayo? Yes. So kukhona lezi ezinye izinto empilweni ongafuzekanga ukuthi uzuziyele esikoleni. Uvethu hayi mina mayenza lento. Kufaka mayenza lento. Sibe sithi siya ku-RPL asibone ukuthi uzoyikhona na. If uyayikhona, then you get a qualification to the effect. But most instances, institutions, they want to make money. So abafuni ukunikeza umuntu a full qualification. Bangathi okay, lento mangabe inama-unit standards ayi-7, but asiku-assesse kwayi-5, uwapass, but ala ayi-2 phela bhadala. At least ukuthi nabo benze, yangithola. So it's very rare ukuthi uthola institution ethi sokupha is-qualification mahala ngama-oral nje wenza ama-oral uphume nama-diploma. So ungavala ama-university kanjani. Kunalabantu abakwazi ukudrive. They've been driving for years, akana license. Uyamthatha nje uyotest, akafundanga. Yabona lama oral test. Yeah, bamkhomba bathi Philemon, what is this? Athi 10 left, 10 right, stop. Uyabona? Philemon, what is this? Yield sign, isho ukuthini? You yield, in left. Angazi kodwa bathi you yield la. So lo muntu has got prior knowledge, he's got skills, but they just don't have a qualification for it. So recognition of prior learning means that. Ukhona la kini ocabanga ukuthi yena akadinga ukathenda lento simnikeze certificate, simele simnike wonke lama-test avele wabhale wonke nalesi sezozanga. Ukhona vele ocabanga ukuthi simenzele i-RPL khona manje salo simosha isikhathi uzalana bona uzodlala nama-sandwich ethu. Ukhona otheni uready wena for ama-assessment wawo wonke uzotshela babudunani yabona nalo. Right, so what you must know is that the qualifications or the unit standards, or rather the skills program that you're doing, is registered with the National Qualification Framework at a particular level. That's why I told you this is at NQF level 3, this is at NQF level 4, this is at NQF level 2. Kudependa ngama-question abazokubuza wona. So sometimes ngeke ngibone abantu abaku-NQF level 2 ngokomqondo bekhona onto bafuneka baphendule into ku-NQF level 4. But hayi manje imibuzo yakhona Ma-levels awalingani. Nizongixolela. So ama-levels awalingani. So qualifications are made up of unit standards. Seniyakwazi lokho angithi? Each unit standard has a credit value. Ile nto esishoyo. NQF level 4 ama-credits lawo ne. Uyabona njengala. Ngoba National Certificate Information Technology and User Computing naye ID 61591 iku-NQF level 3 ikunikeza 130 credits i-national certificate le. Maku-240 credits i-diploma. Maku-360 credits i-degree. Maku-480 credits i-masters. Usungenhla. Hayi usuqatsele ngesiXhosa. So ama-levels they are not the same. So assessors must assess you against the unit standards. Ba-check ama-unit standards. Assessi wena ukuthi uhlakaniphe kangakanani. Ku-assesswa la kuma-unit standards ukuthi uphendule kahle na. Asinandaba ukuthi wena ungasuka la ngeenyawo uyongena ePitori. Asinandaba naloko. Kwakho lo. Ungabuyela futhi ePitori ngeenyawo. Asinandaba. Si-assessa ama-unit standards. So the provider will then employ registered assessors and moderators. Assessors must assess you against unit standards. We've already said that. Then the structure of a qualification usually stands like this. But in your case, angifuni ukukhuluma nge-qualification senza ini i-skills program, ne? So angifuni nje ukuthi nginimoshele isikhathi. Right, nalezi angizifakanga ezini angayifaki, nale business communication aniyenzi. Zonke lezi angizenzeli zona. Right, this is the part that is important for you. You must do those assessments of the portfolio. Throughout the session, I'll ask you questions, which is what is called ongoing questionnaires. Ne? And then that's what we call formative assessment. When we say formative, we're forming up. It's a build-up for you to get knowledge, build up, so that by the time you leave here, kwakhekile la kuwe kufomekile ukuthi masikhuluma nge-skills programs. Do you understand the formative? So masithi summative, yonke into sehlangene summary. Le nto kudala kwakuthiwa i-final exam. I-summative. Lapho sobuzwa yonke into at once. But through these programs, ubuzwa kancane kancane. But senze nala ma-summative ayahlanganiswa. But that's what it means. Right. And then, i-portfolio ningethuki nina aniyenzi, it's fine. Then final examination aniyenzi, ne? Yeah, abantu abasenze emathilini la benze exam kubuhlungu kabi. Yeah, kubuhlungu. Ama-unit standards enza lokhu. I want to say to you guys, the simplest way yokufunda, I always say to people, the simplest way yokufunda is to understand the terminology. Niyakwazi lokho angithi? Ukuthi if bangathi kuwe end user computing, uthi wena ufunda end user computing, unga-understand ukuthi what is an end user, what is computing, then umosha isikhathi sakho yabona. Because uzohamba nale content, kukuthi ngaphandle awuzange understand what the basis upon which the qualification is built. Siyezwana ngithi? So hence kuthiwa i-qualification, the first thing it tells you about the learning outcomes that must be achieved. Ukuthi yini ofuneka uyifunde, ufuneka ufunde ini, ufundiswa ini. I want to ask a very simple question. Is it possible for us ukuthi sivale la elo moya ngiyawuzwa? Hey, angazi ngizamile ukuyibamba njengendoda abantu mara ngiyahluleka. Ngihluphekile. Ubani sis Angel? Bathi uvale iminyango la ekhaya. Oh, isonto lakho? Hayi ke ugosa wasekhaya ke khululeka sis Angel. So a unit standard tells you what is it that you're supposed to achieve. The very same unit standard will tell the assessor about the evidence that must be gathered during the assessment. Now, this is a problem, guys. Now, mongabheka kulama workbooks esininikeza wona anama gaps mos angithi. Now, kuthiwa kuwe what is the locust? Ne? Bakuvulela ama-line awu-4. Umbuzo uthini? What is the locust? Omunye uyabhala ukuthi what is the locust? Uthi insect. Phela kulama line ayi-4 ubhale one uthi insect uyadlula ne? Omunye uyabhala uthi it's a pest, yadina, it's a pest, yabona? Uyadlula. Then omunye umuntu uyabhala uthi a locust is an insect that can fly. Mhlambe idla utshani, idla umbila, it's a pest ezindlini. We understand manje. When I'm going to assess, le ncwadi zenu zivuliwe ziyi-2. Kuthiwa umuntu has provided you with sufficient evidence ukuthi yini locust. Ngilalela lothi insect ahlukane nayo. Nalona othi idlani ilalaphi imosha ngani iyahlupha. Which one will make sense to me? Lene content eningi. So when it comes to a point where you are not yet competent, evidence submitted is insufficient. Kusho ukuthi ufanele top up kule nto obuyichazile. Sikubuza what is a cell phone? Uyichaza uthini cell phone? Omunye umuntu uthi it's a gadget. Omunye uthi it's a tool to make calls, to receive messages. Uyabona? Uya-explainer, uya-deeper ngayo. So ama-answers wenu will never be the same. So ningavilaphi ukuvula la nichaze into. Because kuyoba buhlungu kimi ukubuya la ngithi kuwe, mfethu, dadewethu, sesiyahlangana futhi. Inkinga bekuphi nge-insect? Omunye wakwangibhalela wenye exam babebuze kwayibuzana isikole sasibuza dissect a locust. Uthi a locust has a chest. A locust and a chest. Ziyahlangana lezi. Wawabona intethe nesifuba. Because angithi kuyachaza ukuthi it's got a head, bene abdomen lento yayo le, ne thorax. Ngiyakhumbula le ndaba. Futhi angazi nandifundiselwa lezi. Ungcono futhi laba bafundisa iBhayibheli. At least khulunywa ngoJesu, umuntu esithemba ukuthi soke simbone. Asazi. Right. So it tells the assessor about evidence that must be gathered during assessment. That is a unit standard. It's a provider about learning materials and learning experience that must be provided to assist learners to reach competence. Unit standard iyo ekunikeza le learning material kufuneka nani nani. Nina nikwazi ukubhala ama-unit standards asiwayekele. But ngifuna niyibuke le nto. Asibuke i-learning area A1. I'll show you something. Bonke sikhiphile nangabe ikhishiwe. Lana ayikho la. Yeza nini lezi? 140 sisaya kuyo. Iphi enye? Ukhona umuntu okwabona unit standard? Ubani obona unit standard? Ngiboniseni unit standard. Mawukuthi nayi into kuthiwa unit standard. Ngifuna sikhulumeni ngento esiyibonayo. Ukuthi nakusasa mabathi ufundile, uthi wawufundiswa umkhulu, bathi wanitshela nge-unit standard, bathi akandifunda ukuthi lo muntu akandifundisanga lo. Kula manuals wenu i-unit standard ayikho guys, ne? But I'll show you unit standard. Ubani une-data efonini? Ubani une-data efonini yakhe? Isonto line-Wi-Fi? Okay. Ole icimile. Ophethe i-data elizwakala uwe bhuti? Right. Yabona amadoda asemabhizinisini yabona. Akanankinga ukuthi uthi data, vela kunika ifoni yabona. Alright, unit standard lesiyenza ibizwani manje? Eyokuqala le nithe yini?
Unit standard 116.
Sidlulile lapho. Lesidlule siyenze last time. Sizoyiqala namhlanje nakusasa until Friday. Ngisanda ngichaza nina nihlelani ngilalelanga. Le unit standard title le end user computing le. What? 122. Alright, ngiyayifuna la. Mobile data is off. Kusho ukuthini lo? Ufuna ngenze yenza ifone yakho not. Seyibuyile. Try again. Ngipressa lapha. Le phone ikhuluma isilungu nami yabona. Right guys, buka la. If you go on your phone ubhale unit standard 122. Ibhala omunye umuntu bangayibhala. Unit standard 122. Oyedwa nje per table it's fine. Uyenzile madam? Awuyenzanga uba nenzile kule tafula. Fanele usesaza aqede ilentuza iprofit yakhe ka-average lane ngani. Ubhalile unit standard 122 or 10022 10022. Mina ngikhuluma kabi ne. Mangithi 122 and ngithi 122. Do you see this? Do you see? Ikunikeza ini marketing uses nayi ke la ikhona. Nayi qualification nayi. You see how it looks like? Akubabonise lento le bayibona because I've seen ukuthi asizprintanga iningi lazo. It should be with every qualification lento le. It's like that. Manje la sekufuneka omunye umuntu. Lento yenza mfethu uZ or S or into yenza la. Then amafoni sewaba njena nje. Abantu bevala ukuthi umuntu baxakile bani. It's like this guys lento engikhuluma ngayo. Niyayibona? Niyibonile? Niyayibona? Uyayibona bhuti? Iscreen sakho sincane, mina ngiboni. Iscreen sakho. Nayi. Uyayibona? Nayi lento esikhuluma ngayo. Now, laba bayivulile. Laba bayivulile ne. Niyayibona kodwa lento esisho. Ya yiyo le bhuti omkhulu. Ya mina ngifuna into ezingaka bani. Thina sesibadala manje ngifuna into ezibonakalayo. Abantu bayibuka lento amehlo abana magnifying glass. Thina wethu amehlo msebenzi. So lapho kuno unit standard le it should be having a unit standard number. Niyayibona? Lapho kulelo phepha lelo libhekile. Lile unit standard number. Niyayibona unit standard number kulelo phepha? Ladies and gentlemen, do you see the unit standard number? Phezulu, you must be seeing on the side the block unit standard, and then on the other side. No, it's the same thing, but iappeara kanje mayo register. Ngibonisa yona mayo registered ukuthi ima kanjani. Nah, it is South African Qualifications Authority, basically registered unit standard that has passed the end date, ne? Or past the end date. Manje incane leni yakho mnganami yazi. So, do you see unit standard number lapho guys? Ithini unit standard number ibonayo? 122 iphi bhuti? And then uyayibona unit standard title phezulu lapho ithini?
Comply with organization ethics.
Ilento engifuna ukuthi niyifunde yabona. And then besithi NQF level. Ithini NQF level yakunikeza? Ilento enifundayo yabona. And then bese ithini credit value. How many credits? 4 credits. Yabona manje ukuthi ngiyanifundisa le ndaba. Bese ithi ke you must find specific outcomes zakhona zithini khona lapha ezana. Specific outcomes. Niyayibona specific outcomes? Ithini specific outcome? Specific outcome, nah. Specific outcomes and assessment criteria. Bese ithi AC1 assessment criteria number 1 ithini? Number 1.
The purpose of the code of conduct.
Number 2.
The principles of the code of conduct are identified and explained.
Number 3.
The relationship between the code of conduct and the successful market.
Bafethu, mawuprinte lelo phepha wahlala nalo, uyayiphendula yonke le mibuzo vela kule assessment. Lama assessment enibuza wena are based on that thing le lapho kule internet. Abantu abangizwa ni. Niyangithola manje. So iyo lento kufanele niyifunde ukuthi nakusasa mawuhlala naleli phepha linje wazi ukuthi angithi nithi nina ningabantu abazophila ngini 4IR nini lento yenu no Ramaphosa nithini? Yeah, abantu be-fourth industrial revolution fanele ba-understande le slide lesi yabona. Mangifaka le slide nihlahla amehlo ukuthi nisethe ngabantu baka-1984. Yabona, then izokunikeza lama range statements and all these things that are here uzozithola lapho. Mawufunda lento le ingqondo yakho ifulekile bathi baku-assessa uyayiphendula yonke imibuzo kule nto lokufundela lelo page le-1. It's got all the answers and the questions and everything. Ukhona umuntu ongizwayo kodwa? Good night. Right. So it's important then. Unit standard, when you have it, unfortunately, nina siniprintelanga lama copy wakhona. When you have that unit standard, funeka u-underline, ucheck ukuthi ini kwenzakalani. Yes, boss. or is cut, I will be still within the time frame.